You thought reaching the pinnacle of spiritual awakening meant you'd finally arrived, right? Peace, clarity, purpose. Wasn't that the deal? But then, without warning, it hits you. The void. It's like standing on top of a mountain, expecting a breathtaking view, only to realize everything has faded into pitch-black darkness. No fireworks, no triumphant chorus, just silence. This phase catches most seekers off guard. After the intensity of awakening, the sudden absence of all that energy can feel disorienting. It's as if the universe has hit the pause button, leaving you stranded in the space between what you knew and what comes next. You might feel lost, aimless, or even betrayed. Was this it? You ask yourself, unsure whether to laugh, cry, or scream. Here's the secret most people won't tell you. That emptiness is not a mistake. It's not a punishment. It's the pause before the next song starts, the blank canvas before the masterpiece is painted. But how do you make sense of it while you're in the thick of it? First, let's talk about why this happens. Awakening isn't just about discovering something new. It's about unlearning everything you thought you knew. It's a complete rewiring of your internal systems, and like any major update, it requires a reboot. That sense of emptiness you feel, that's your system clearing out the clutter, preparing for something greater than you can imagine. Yet, this transition can feel deeply unsettling. Many describe it as losing their sense of purpose or feeling like the vibrant colors of life have dimmed. But here's the twist. Within this void lies the hidden gift. It's not about what's been taken away. It's about what's being revealed. When the noise of the world quiets, you can finally hear the whispers of your own soul. This phase teaches you one of the most profound lessons of all: how to sit with yourself, how to find meaning in the silence and trust that this emptiness isn't the end. It's the space where your true self begins to emerge. Have you ever felt like the ground beneath you was shifting, leaving you unsure where to step next? That's the void at work, gently nudging you to let go of your old way of walking and discover a new path. And here's the thing, you're not alone in this. Nearly everyone who's experienced an awakening goes through this phase, even if they don't talk about it. So, raise your hand if this resonates. If you've been wondering why everything feels so still, so empty, know that it's not a detour. It's a doorway. But don't get too comfortable in the void, because what comes next? Well, let's just say it'll make you question the very nature of reality. You've made it through the void, or maybe you're still lingering in its shadows. Either way, things are about to get bizarre, so buckle up. One morning, you're sipping your coffee, and before you know it, that cup is across the room. Did you just forget you put it there? Or did it actually move on its own? You're not crazy. Reality itself is shifting, and you're smack in the middle of the funhouse. Let's talk about synchronicities. At first, they feel like delightful little winks from the universe. Glancing at the clock at exactly 11:11, hearing a random stranger say the exact phrase you were just thinking. But as time goes on, these coincidences start stacking up, faster and more frequent, until they become impossible to ignore. It's like the universe stopped playing by the old rules and started showing off. Then, there's the unexplainable physical phenomena. Items showing up in places you know you didn't put them, electronics glitching whenever you're around, or lights flickering just as you walk into a room. First, it might freak you out. Are you haunted? Is something wrong? But eventually, you start to see it for what it is. A shift in your energy, your perception, and the very fabric of what you once thought was reality. Now, let's address the elephant in the room, your belief systems. The ones that used to make life feel stable and predictable? Well, those are crumbling faster than an old sandcastle at high tide. Everything you thought you understood about who you are, how the world works, and what's possible suddenly feels like it's up for debate. What's even more unsettling is that it doesn't feel bad. In fact, it feels liberating. But here's the catch. This phase can feel isolating. You might start wondering if you're losing your grip on reality, especially when the people around you aren't experiencing the same thing. They're still living in the old world, following rules that no longer seem to apply to you. It's like you've stepped into a different dimension, one where the boundaries between logic and mystery blur. So why does this happen? Why does awakening make reality feel so unstable? The truth is, awakening peels back the layers of illusion that most people live under. What you're experiencing isn't weird at all. It's what's always been there, hidden beneath the surface. You're just finally seeing it for what it is. If this sounds familiar, don't worry. You're not losing it. You're breaking free. And as strange as it might feel, this phase is one of the most exciting parts of the journey. It's the universe's way of saying, hey, welcome to the real magic show. And trust me, the magic doesn't stop here. The next part of your journey, it's going to make you question the very fabric of human connection. Stay tuned, because the social matrix is about to glitch in ways you never saw coming. You're sitting with friends, listening to the familiar rhythm of conversation. But suddenly something feels off. The words coming out of their mouths sound rehearsed, almost like they're reading from a script. And you're the only one who didn't get the memo. Welcome to the social matrix glitch, where every interaction feels like a strange, unscripted reality show. Here's what's happening. When you awaken, your perception of people and relationships shifts dramatically. You start noticing things you were blind to before. The subtle masks people wear, the hidden agendas, and the unspoken fears driving their actions. Conversations that once felt meaningful may now seem hollow, as if everyone around you is playing a role they don't even realize they're trapped in. One of the most jarring parts of this phase is the realization that some relationships no longer fit. Friends, co-workers, even family members. Suddenly, their energy feels mismatched with yours. It's not that they've changed. It's that you have. Their laughter might feel forced, their concerns trivial, and their advice outdated. And the deeper you awaken, the more obvious it becomes. At first, this can feel isolating. You might wonder, why can't I just go back to the way things were? Why do I see things they can't? But the truth is, you're not meant to go back. Awakening sharpens your ability to see through the surface-level interactions and understand the unspoken truths beneath. And then there's the peculiar feeling of watching the social games unfold. Power plays, passive-aggressiveness, ego-driven conflicts. It's like watching a soap opera you've already seen 100 times. Except now, you can't bring yourself to participate. Pretending to care about small talk or playing along with social expectations feels impossible, even painful. But here's the plot twist. This phase isn't about rejecting others. It's about rediscovering yourself in the context of these relationships. When you strip away the scripts, the masks, and the unspoken rules, you begin to connect with people in a way that's raw, real, and transformative. You'll notice something else, too. As you step out of the matrix, others will start to notice your shift, even if they don't fully understand it. Some may be drawn to your authenticity, curious about the light you now carry. Others may feel threatened, as if your very presence challenges their carefully constructed identities. So, how do you navigate this phase? First, give yourself permission to step back from relationships that drain you. It's okay to let go of connections that no longer resonate. Second, seek out those rare individuals who see beyond the matrix like you do. These soul-level connections will remind you that you're not alone in this journey. And finally, trust the process. The social matrix glitch isn't here to alienate you. It's here to help you redefine what connection truly means. You're shedding the old and stepping into a new way of relating, one built on authenticity, presence, and unconditional love. But hold on, because things are about to get even stranger. Your body, that vessel you've been living in all this time, is about to rebel in ways you never expected. Stay tuned, because your spiritual GPS is about to kick in. You've been through the void, witnessed reality twist, and seen the social matrix crack wide open. Just when you think you're getting the hang of this awakening thing, your body decides to throw a curveball. 1 minute you're full of energy, and the next you're wiped out, as if you've just run a marathon without taking a single step. Welcome to the rebellion, a phase where your body starts acting as a spiritual GPS, guiding you in ways you never expected. First, it might feel like something's wrong. Strange aches, sudden fatigue, or bursts of heat and cold. These physical symptoms can come out of nowhere. You might even find yourself Googling, "Why does it feel like my body is vibrating?" Spoiler, you're not alone. But before you panic, know this: your body isn't breaking down. It's waking up. One of the most mysterious aspects of this phase is how your energy levels fluctuate. Some days you'll feel invincible, like you're tapped into an endless source of power. Other days, it's as if the universe has hit the low battery warning on your soul. These shifts aren't random. They're your body's way of recalibrating to match your new frequency. And then there are the emotional releases. Have you ever cried out of nowhere, seemingly for no reason? Or felt waves of anger or joy that didn't seem to belong to you? This is your body processing old emotions, traumas, and patterns that are no longer aligned with who you're becoming. It's messy, yes, but also incredibly healing. Let's not forget the sensory changes. Foods you used to love might now taste too strong or bland. Your tolerance for certain environments, loud crowds, artificial lighting, even specific scents might diminish. It's as if your body is becoming hyper-attuned to what nourishes it and rejecting anything that doesn't. But why does this happen? Awakening isn't just a mental or spiritual experience. It's a full-body transformation. Your physical form is catching up to the shifts in your consciousness, recalibrating to hold the new energy you're embodying. Think of it like upgrading a computer to handle a more advanced operating system. The process can feel clunky, but it's necessary. Here's where it gets interesting. As your body starts to rebel, it also becomes your greatest ally. Pay attention to those sudden aches, the inexplicable exhaustion, or the bursts of energy. They're not random. Your body is communicating with you, guiding you toward what's aligned and away from what's not. For example, if a particular environment leaves you feeling drained, your body is telling you it's time to move on. If a certain activity lights you up, that's a nudge to explore it further. Over time, you'll realize that your body isn't just reacting, it's leading. So how do you navigate this phase without feeling like you're losing control? Start by listening. Rest when you're tired, move when you're energized, and honor the signals your body sends. Trust that these changes are part of a larger process of integration. And remember, you're not alone. Many others on this path are experiencing the same upheaval, even if they don't talk about it. Your body's rebellion is a sign that you're stepping into a new way of being. One that's more intuitive, aligned, and deeply connected. But just when you think you've got a handle on this whole awakening thing, the universe flips the script again. Because what's next? Oh, it's nothing less than the cosmic comedy show of a lifetime. Get ready to laugh at the absurdity of it all. Because once you see the joke, you'll never unsee it. You've experienced the void, reality's glitches, the social unraveling, and your body's rebellion. Just when it feels like awakening is one dramatic twist after another, something unexpected happens. You start to laugh. Not the polite kind, but the uncontrollable, can't-catch-your-breath kind. Welcome to the cosmic comedy show where the punchline is life itself, and you're finally in on the joke. It starts subtly. You notice the absurdity in everyday situations, arguing over something trivial, chasing goals that once seemed important, or stressing about things you can't control. You catch yourself mid-panic and think, wait, why am I taking this so seriously? And then it hits you. The universe has a sense of humor, and it's been laughing all along. Take a moment to think about your old problems. The ones that used to keep you up at night. Can you see how some of them seem almost ridiculous now? That's not because they weren't real. It's because you've gained a perspective shift. You're starting to see the bigger picture, the interconnectedness of it all, and the sheer irony of human existence. One of the most profound aspects of this phase is how ordinary moments become extraordinarily profound. A simple sunrise, a child's laughter, or even the way leaves dance in the wind can bring tears of joy. It's as if the universe is reminding you that the magic you've been seeking has always been right here, hidden in plain sight. But let's not forget the paradox. As much as you start to laugh at life's absurdities, you also begin to take things more seriously, but not in the way you used to. The seriousness comes from a place of reverence, not stress. You realize that while life is a cosmic joke, it's also a sacred dance, and you're both the dancer and the audience. This phase often brings a lightheartedness that surprises even you. You'll find yourself laughing at your own mistakes, embracing uncertainty, and letting go of the need to control everything. The same things that once triggered you now feel like opportunities to grow, or at the very least, opportunities to laugh. But here's the kicker. The cosmic comedy show isn't about dismissing life's challenges. It's about finding the humor within them. When you start seeing your struggles as part of a greater play, the weight they carry begins to lift. You realize that even in the chaos, there's an underlying order, an elegance to the messiness of it all. And here's the most unexpected part. The moment you start laughing, the universe laughs with you. Synchronicities become even more playful. Solutions to problems appear out of nowhere, and life starts to flow with an ease you've never experienced before. So, how do you embrace this phase? Start by letting go of the need to figure everything out. Be curious, be playful, and most importantly, be open to the possibility that not everything needs a serious explanation. The more you lean into the humor of life, the more life reveals its magic. But don't get too comfortable laughing just yet, because as you're busy enjoying the show, something deeper is happening behind the scenes. Your very identity is about to undergo a transformation so profound, it'll feel like demolition day for your sense of self. Brace yourself, because the identity crisis nobody talks about is coming up next. You've laughed at life's absurdities, felt the magic in the mundane, and even embraced the cosmic joke. Just when you think you've found your groove, the universe delivers another twist. It's time to say goodbye to the person you thought you were. Your identity is about to crumble, and trust me, it's as disorienting as it is liberating. It starts innocently enough. One day, you're asked a simple question: who are you? And instead of rattling off your usual titles, your name, job, or role, you're left speechless. The words don't fit anymore. They feel like hand-me-down clothes from a version of yourself that no longer exists. This is the identity crisis nobody talks about. It's not a surface-level shift. It's a complete dismantling of your sense of self. The labels, beliefs, and stories you've clung to for years begin to fall away, leaving you standing in the rubble of who you thought you were. At first, it feels terrifying. You might find yourself grasping at old versions of yourself, desperate to cling to some semblance of stability. But the harder you hold on, the more they slip through your fingers. It's as if the universe is gently whispering, "It's time to let go." One of the strangest parts of this phase is the experience of multiple self-versions. You might feel like you're watching your past self, present self, and future self all interacting at once, like characters in a play. Memories resurface with new clarity, and you begin to see how every version of you, no matter how flawed or imperfect, was necessary for your growth. This phase isn't just about losing your old identity. It's about realizing it was never yours to begin with. The stories you told yourself about your worth, your purpose, your place in the world were just constructs. And while that realization can feel unsettling, it's also incredibly freeing. Here's the truth. Your past self isn't the enemy. It's the foundation upon which your new self is being built. You don't have to reject who you were to become who you're meant to be. Instead, you integrate those experiences, honoring them as stepping stones on your journey. But this transformation isn't without its challenges. As your sense of self shifts, so do your relationships, priorities, and goals. Things that once felt important may now seem trivial, while new passions and paths emerge seemingly out of nowhere. It's a time of profound change, and it requires courage to navigate. So, how do you survive this identity demolition? Start by embracing the uncertainty. Let yourself be a blank slate, open to the infinite possibilities of who you can become. Surround yourself with people who support your growth, even if they don't fully understand it. And most importantly, trust that this process is leading you to a version of yourself that's more aligned, authentic, and expansive. And here's the plot twist. The person you're becoming isn't a fixed destination. It's a dynamic, ever-evolving state of being. The identity crisis is just the beginning of a deeper transformation, one that will lead you to operate on an entirely new level. Speaking of new levels, the next phase of your awakening journey will completely rewrite how you navigate the world. Welcome to Humanity 2.0, where intuition becomes your compass and coincidences are a thing of the past. Get ready because the new operating system is about to come online. You've faced the void, rewired your reality, and survived the demolition of your old self. Now, something remarkable begins to emerge. It's subtle at first, like a faint hum in the background, but soon it becomes undeniable. You're operating differently. Welcome to Humanity 2.0, where your intuition takes the lead, and the universe feels less like chaos and more like a carefully orchestrated symphony. The first sign of this shift? Your intuition becomes sharper, almost eerily accurate. It's no longer just a gut feeling, it's a full-blown internal GPS. You'll find yourself just knowing things, like which path to take, what decision to make, or even what someone's about to say. The best part? The more you trust it, the stronger it becomes. And then there's manifestation. In the past, you might have struggled to align your thoughts with your goals. Now, it feels like the universe is on speed dial. You think of something, and almost instantly, it appears. A call from an old friend, an unexpected opportunity, or the exact resource you need. But this newfound precision can be overwhelming. You'll quickly learn that clarity and intention are key. Otherwise, the universe might deliver something you weren't quite ready for. Another unexpected twist in this upgrade is your heightened sensitivity. You'll notice shifts in energy both in people and environments like never before. Crowded spaces might feel overwhelming, and negativity will be harder to ignore. At first, it might seem like a burden, but this sensitivity is actually your greatest gift. It allows you to discern what's aligned with your path and what isn't. But let's not sugarcoat it. This new operating system isn't all rainbows and smooth sailing. It comes with its own set of challenges. For one, the reliance on intuition can feel unsettling at times. Logic and reason, the tools you once leaned on, now take a back seat. You might question whether you're making the right choices, especially when they go against conventional wisdom. There's also the adjustment period. Navigating this heightened state of awareness can feel like learning a new language. You'll make mistakes, misinterpret signals, and occasionally doubt yourself. But that's all part of the process. Just like any upgrade, it takes time to get used to the new features. So, how do you thrive with this new operating system? Start by leaning into trust. When your intuition nudges you, follow it, even if it doesn't make logical sense at the time. Pay attention to the patterns and synchronicities that show up in your life. They're the universe's way of guiding you. And most importantly, practice grounding yourself. This new level of awareness is powerful, but staying connected to your body and the present moment will keep you balanced. This phase isn't just about adapting. It's about embracing a completely new way of being. You're no longer navigating life from the outside in, but from the inside out. Every choice, every action, and every thought becomes part of a larger, interconnected flow. And here's the most exciting part. This isn't the end. It's just the beginning of what's possible. The universe has more surprises in store, more magic, more growth, and more depth than you ever imagined. But before we wrap up, let's take a moment to zoom out. Everything you've experienced, the void, the glitches, the identity shift, and this new operating system, has been leading you to one undeniable truth. This strange phase isn't an anomaly. It's your most natural state. And what lies beyond? Well, that's the mystery waiting for you to explore. Here we are, at the culmination of this incredible journey. You've faced the void, witnessed reality twist and turn, watched your identity unravel, and adapted to an entirely new way of being. But here's the wildest part. Everything you've experienced so far is just the beginning. The strange and sometimes chaotic phases of awakening aren't detours. They're milestones. They're here to remind you that what feels strange or unfamiliar isn't unnatural. It's the most authentic version of existence you've ever known. It's the peeling back of illusions, the shedding of outdated beliefs, and the reclaiming of your true essence. You've learned that emptiness isn't something to fear. It's a space of infinite potential. You've discovered that reality isn't as fixed as you once believed, and the world is far more malleable, magical, and interconnected than you ever imagined. You've embraced your body as a guide, your intuition as a compass, and your laughter as a key to unlocking universal truths. And through it all, you've come to realize something profound. This journey isn't about reaching a final destination. It's about learning to embrace the unfolding, to find joy in the mystery, and to trust that every twist and turn is leading you exactly where you're meant to be. But let's be clear, this isn't a story of happily ever after. It's a story of continuous evolution. Awakening doesn't end. It deepens. Each layer you peel back reveals another, and every answer you uncover leads to more questions. This isn't a sign of failure. It's a testament to the infinite nature of existence. So, where does that leave you? Right here, standing on the edge of what's next. The beauty of this phase is that it's entirely yours to navigate. There's no roadmap, no guidebook, and no one-size-fits-all approach. The only thing that matters is your willingness to keep moving forward, to stay curious, and to embrace the adventure with an open heart. And here's the ultimate plot twist. The strangeness you've been experiencing? It's not the universe testing you. It's the universe inviting you to remember who you truly are, to step fully into your power, your purpose, and your unique place in the grand tapestry of existence. So, if you've recognized even one of these signs, congratulations. You're not losing yourself. You're finding yourself. You're not falling apart. You're breaking open. And you're not alone. Countless others are walking this path, each with their own challenges and revelations, yet all connected by the same underlying truth. Awakening is the greatest adventure of all. And the best part? It only gets more extraordinary from here. If you've felt the void, seen the glitches, or questioned everything you thought you knew, then welcome. You're exactly where you're meant to be. This isn't the end of your journey. It's just the beginning. So, stay curious, stay open, and get ready because the next chapter, it's going to be the most extraordinary one yet.